On Funniest Pets and People, a baby gets delivered. A golfer learns a new stroke. A filching ferret gets the boot. A dog chases his dream. And a kitty has a jarring experience. So get ready to dive in. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Remember, laughter is the best therapy. It's day spas. His owner was pretty clever. The dog had to give him that. Lure him with the promise of a quote-unquote sprinkler to chase, and lo and behold, he's getting a bath. This woman wants to clip her dog's nails, but she's not getting a lot of cooperation from the dog. But you know what they say, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Doggy just could not accept it. Come on, a 4-star hotel and no mint on the pillow? He didn't know how this would help align his chakras or restore his energy center. But mostly he wondered why he's paying a cat $75 an hour for a massage. Look at this guy nodding off, will you? Must have been a tough day for this pooch playing around. But it does bring a whole new meaning to the term falling asleep. This cat is so excited to catch that stream, he forgot something important. Cats don't like water. For everyone at home who's watching this clip and wondering why this dog is taking a shower, there really is a more important question you should be asking yourself. Why is he wearing a shower cap? Oh, look at little Petey. He likes to imitate his bigger doggy friend. But so far, this was all the bigger doggy would do. Look at this squirrel rolling around in the dirt. This way and that. Seems he's got it all confused. He's supposed to eat nuts, not seem like he's nuts. Okay, this is the spot. Dump the load. Geez, I wish that store could get back from vacation. These next clips are for the birds. Somebody really knows how to drop dough when hanging out. Polly want a mutual fund? This isn't a bird testing out a used car or a bird who hates his hairdo. It's a bird who thinks he sees another bird because he doesn't understand the concept of a mirror.
The previous joke was brought to you by Truth in Animal Programming.
Listen to little Winchester here tweet, will you? Yeah, he's pretty proud, so don't say anything, okay? See, he thinks he's mastered a whistle only dogs can hear. Sure, this bird is upset. And who wouldn't be? He told the barber he just wanted a trim. Coming up, a confused kitty gets the runaround. And a man captures a wave, and it captures him. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Get ready to catch your breath from laughing. And now the further adventures of Fernando, the feisty flea.
Hello, Senor Cat. Can't you catch me? I'm right in front of your face. Now I'm here, but you capture nothing but air. Ha 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 ha! Dance for Fernando, you silly kitty. Dance!
Look at this pooch go after that stream. Yeah, this dog is thinking, come on, haven't these people ever heard of a water bowl? Abe the squirrel concluded it was a very bad piece of luck indeed that his favorite nut hiding spot also made a good scratching post. Mr. Gunderson taught all the mice in the neighborhood to climb up this string. Which may explain why Mrs. Gunderson is staying at a motel. Rita's ferret training had gone pretty well. Now, if she could just get him to get rid of her husband's smelly socks, oh, she'd be set. Nothing but nothing can stop Walter from chasing that squirrel.
Come. Come. Good girl. Okay, get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Okay, get the tree.
Except doggy treats in the minivan. There's nothing more bracing than an early morning hike through the woods. Well, except maybe an early morning swim. It's Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Now, this bird is a master escape artist. But don't tell him he's breaking into his cage, okay? Wow, little Timmy is getting himself in a lot of trouble there. But don't worry, Timmy always lands on his face. Look at Rudy, he's taking off like a shot. Yeah, that's right, everyone's thinking the same thing. Round and round he goes, and where he'll shake off and get everybody wet, nobody knows. This little girl's name is Daisy. Whoopsie daisy. You know why this kitty is playing this toy piano? Yeah, because he loves music. Well, and because it's too small to sleep on. Tiny tent, many big people. Guess this finally answers the question, clowns do go camping. Mr. McIntyre never seems to pay attention. His wife sent him out and told him to bring home spot remover. Not Spot the remover. Here's a guy out on the fairway, and now he needs to go get his ball. You know the difference between golf and water polo? About 5 seconds. After a half an hour trying to scratch his way through plate glass, Kitty here decides to try a more novel approach to getting in the house. Opening the door. The bad news, the video camera the guy was using is busted. The good news? The video camera taping him is working. When is Flora finally going to accept it? There are no more cat treats, Flora. Coming up, a relationship collapses. And a fur ball becomes a highball. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Put your smiley face on, it's game time. When it comes to playing soccer, this little guy's really on the ball. On the ball. You get it? He's sitting on the... Good night, ladies and gentlemen. If you're drinking, please don't drive, and if you're driving, use a car. These two are really going at it. And it's so silly, too. I mean, the fact is, neither of them can actually use that hula hoop. Okay, I don't want to give away exactly how this ends, but, well, let's just say the ball goes missing and the dog starts vibrating. You fill in the blanks. The lesson is simple, people. Musical chairs and assemble-it-yourself furniture do not mix. Get ready to chuckle and laugh. It's Cats and Dogs. Yep, looks like someone had a little too much eggnog. Eggnog. Little pink bow, 30 cents. Cute little collar, $8. Not being able to get down because you're a 3-pound bundle of joy? Priceless. And now, today's episode of Vocabulary Builders. Today's definition, not a threat. Any creature that is laughably small who threatens something much bigger than he is not a threat.
There's just no telling where this heart of mine might land.
Wow. No, this is not the way we remember the spring break beach house. Hey, if a tractor just pulled away 6 months of bones you'd buried, you'd be mad too. Coming up, some kitties trade their naps for laps. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to Funniest Pets and People. Now, you know why that little toy car is moving so fast? Yeah, because the driver is a mouse. See you next time.